The library really gets its beginnings in 1891. Charlotte was rapidly industrializing when a group of city leaders, about 20 people, came together and saw a need for improved services for this dramatically growing population. And that became the Charlotte Literary and Library Association. They were the ones that came together and gave money for a new library. That new library was on the second floor of a bookstore, and it was a subscription library. So people paid 50 cents per month to be able to check the books out from the library. They could return them, and it was available mostly to the middle class residents of the Charlotte region. 50 cents was not insubstantial in that day, and they would have had to really want to be able to use the library. With the death of Bessie Lacey Dewey, the first librarian for what would eventually become the public library, the library found itself $500 in debt because it was unable to collect the dues efficiently. And so the board of directors created a plan to donate the library to the city of Charlotte, and they did just that. And it lived in City Hall for a couple of years and quickly outgrew that space. And so city leaders once again came together, knew that Carnegie was giving grants for public libraries. In 1903, Andrew Carnegie gave the Charlotte Literary and Library Association $25,000 for the establishment of a new branch at 7th and Tryon. Today, that would be close to $900,000. So in addition to the $25,000 that Andrew Carnegie gave, the First Baptist Church helped to raise additional funds. That church was housed on the lot right next to the library building. That is now McGlowan Theater, which is where we are today. So when Charlotte got the grant for the Carnegie Library, the grant required that the library be available to all, regardless of race. And in the Jim Crow South, that just simply wasn't going to be possible. So what Charlotte did instead was to create the Brevard Street Library in Brooklyn, what is now 2nd Ward, and that library was open to the African American citizens of Charlotte. And the main library in 1903 was open to the white residents of the county. After the war, the city continued to grow substantially, and it continued to be a segregated system until the opening of the 1956 branch. By that point, the population had grown dramatically. The building was completely overfilled with materials and was starting to look a little frayed at the edges. So the citizens saw a need for a new main library, for a renovated library, a larger library, and they set out to create a new modern library in 1956.